Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Fortitude Fix. I hope you're well. My name is DaShanna, and in today's video I am bringing you my 2-month pregnancy updates with baby number 2. So a little bit of background is that I was born with sickle cell disease. I have type SC hemoglobin. I gave birth to my daughter in September of 2020, and I documented that entire pregnancy here on this channel. I did weekly updates there, so I will go ahead and leave the playlist up in the cards and down in the description box for you as well if you want to follow along with my journey. So this is my second pregnancy with sickle cell, with type SC hemoglobin, obviously. And I also found out during that first pregnancy that I had fibroids. So this is my second pregnancy with fibroids. I also made a couple of update videos regarding my fibroids as well on this channel. So go ahead and check the description box below. I will link those as well. My daughter Nova will be 20 months old when this baby arrives. So I will have 2 under 2 for just a couple of months before Nova's second birthday. So make sure you're subscribed if you're interested in all things 2 under 2, pregnancy, mommyhood, lifestyle. This is the place for you, and I would love to have you. If you're already subscribed to this channel, thank you so much for watching. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this 2-month update. So this is going to take you from 5 weeks all the way to 8 weeks. That's about the second month of pregnancy. I will go through week by week and let you know what has been going on. I am well beyond the second month of pregnancy right now, but I did take notes in my phone, and then I will be posting updates fairly regularly to get us all caught up to where I am now. I'm actually going to include a little bit of fun for you. I'm going to talk about the symptoms that I had before I found out I was pregnant. So at about weeks 1 through 4, I would randomly wake up at like 2 a.m. It would be 2 a.m. on the dot. And if you followed my journey for a while, you may have seen the video where I shared how I knew I was pregnant the very first time with my daughter Nova. And I think that was the same exact time, or it was the same exact symptom of waking up exactly at the same time every single morning. So that happened again with this pregnancy. Okay, so sorry about that. I had to switch memory cards. I was also extremely emotional. I was planning my daughter's first birthday party, and I remember just getting super overwhelmed, and I cried over an Amazon purchase, and my husband was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, no, like I'm not. And I don't really have huge reactions like that to something that was so minuscule in the moment. But yeah, that, looking back on it now, that was definitely a pregnancy symptom. This one might be a little bit TMI, but I mean, if you know me, is to love me here on this channel, I'm gonna give you the real. So I did have diarrhea. It was really random, like out of nowhere. It wasn't anything that I ate. I was fine, and I just had this symptom, and I had no idea why. And again, it was a pregnancy symptom. And then the last thing is, it had been over 2 years, I believe, since I had a migraine. And I had a migraine during this period when I was pregnant but didn't know it. So those are the early signs and symptoms that I had this go round. If you are pregnant, let me know if any of these resonate with you. Before you found out you were pregnant, did you have any of these going on? I'll look to hear from you in the comments. Let's get into week 5 of this pregnancy. Already a difference is that this is week 5 and I'm finding out that I'm pregnant. So I found out at like 5 weeks, almost 6 weeks, that I was pregnant. Whereas with my daughter, I found out that I was pregnant the exact same day that I was supposed to actually get my period. It was just a couple of hours later in the evening that I didn't get it, so I took a pregnancy test. This go round, for some reason, I was not in a hurry to find out I was pregnant. I don't know why that is, and I'm sure it's probably because of all the stress and all the things that I was under, and we'll get into that later. But yeah, I was pretty far along like during this pregnancy to first like find out that I was pregnant. I also had an appointment with my mom this week, so I had to take her and most likely take Nova to the doctor's appointment while my husband was working and while my mom's husband was working. All right, so in week 6, that is where I became extremely fatigued. I was absolutely tired all the time. I was falling asleep at random points in the day, and not really realizing that I was sleeping until I woke up and I was like, whoa, like, what time is it, kind of a thing. I think my mind and my body just really needed to rest, especially during this week. I was tired. I also had another appointment with my mom this week, so I took her and probably Nova again to the doctor's appointment for my mom. I experienced another migraine. It wasn't as bad as the week prior, but it was still a migraine, and again, it was just, this is so strange. I also felt a lot of breast tenderness during this week, and I also had my first like prenatal screen, like a phone call where they send you all the surveys and you have to fill those out and kind of talk through your medical history and plans for this pregnancy. So I had that phone call during week 6. All right, so here we are in week 7. Week 7, again with the appointments. I had appointments for me as well as for my mom, and I also had Nova's wellness check. It was just a lot going on. I just remember being kind of frazzled this week, knowing I was pregnant and still very early on, but trying to also hide it, but be like there for my own self and for my mom. It was probably one of the hardest weeks. My mom had an MRI, I think, this week, as well as the eye doctor appointment. Like I said, we had Nova's appointment, and then I feel like I had another phone call with them about my screenings, my surveys. I think a genetic specialist had called me or something that week, which I didn't ask for, but they did. Her 1-year wellness check with her pediatrician, and that was great because my husband and I went together. However, because of everything that's going on in the pandemic, he had to stay in the waiting room while I went inside with Nova. She got her last couple of shots for a while and she did really well, but it was really great to have that appointment, ask my questions, have her come out and see her dad and just like give him a hug, and he cuddled her and, you know, put her back in the car seat and we headed home. But of course, during my pregnancy with Nova, everything that was going on with COVID, I had to go to appointments by myself, and there really wasn't opportunities for my husband to come. I mean, unless he wanted to sit in the car for some hours, but I would rather him do some work during that time. It was interesting to like be there both at the doctor's and for Nova to be older and to recognize and be happy that her dad was there to comfort her. Here we are at week 8. Unfortunately, in week 8, my mom was hospitalized this week, so there was a lot happening from all of the appointments that have taken place to her hospitalization. At week 8 is when I had my very first ultrasound, so if I can, I'm gonna go ahead and insert some footage of that appointment here.
Aww.
Baby, look, baby.
Yo, Nova, look here.
Look at that. Hey, look at that. Hey. Okay, let's measure our baby from here. Eight weeks, 6 days. Okay.
Oh wow. Yes, big sister.
Yeah. May 13.
Oh wow.
Are you kidding?
Okay.
Her birthday is the 14th.
I know.
My birthday is the 15th.
That would be so.
May?
Yeah, of May.
That would be
14?
14, 15.
15?
Yeah.
13?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm so happy for you.
It was just a lot of fun. During that ultrasound, they ended up changing my due date. So if you know anything about birth world and pregnancy, they take the first day of your last menstrual cycle, and that's when they calculate your due date. So I went in and they used that date, but then they also used the measurements from the ultrasound, and they were off by 3 or more days. So when there's a difference of 3 or more days, that's when they will change it to whatever the ultrasound is putting out there. So this baby has a due date of May 13th, which is the day before my birthday, and I'm actually super excited about it. We shall see if I get that kind of birthday present this year. At this appointment, baby's heart rate was 167, and my OB made a joke about this baby being a runner, quote unquote. The heart was racing and baby was moving all around, so it was a really cute appointment. I was able to have my husband and Nova in there with me, so it was just a really good time. My husband was not able to wait in the waiting room for me. I had to wait and go in by myself. They asked me a couple of questions first, just about my safety and like relationships, which honestly, having worked in violence prevention before, I fully respect. And he had to wait outside with the baby. Then they called him back in and we proceeded with the appointment. Also, during my week 8 prenatal appointment, they did a lot of urine tests. Nothing was out of the ordinary for my sickle cell. Nothing was out of the ordinary for any of the fibroids or anything that was going on. But in the weeks to come, so make sure you're subscribed for the next couple monthly updates, because that is when we get some new information. I'm excited to share it with you, and thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope it gives you a little bit of insight as to what it's like being pregnant with baby number 2 for me here. Again, still during a pandemic. Y'all, I got some stuff to tell you. This pregnancy has been a whirlwind. Thank you all again. I will see you all in my very next video. And remember to always fill your cup. Bye.